Brothers, we're going to be talking about the weakness and the cowardice of certain comedians, Joe Rogan, Theo Vaughn, and a couple others that apparently don't understand that Trump was serious when he talked about mass deportations, and the immorality of the position of Joe Rogan and Theo Vaughn and other people is so crazy to me. You have people that have broken into this country that are here illegally. And yet Joe Rogan's thing is, well, if they've been here illegally and they haven't really broken any other crimes, we should let them stay. No, first of all, Joe, you and other millionaires should keep your fucking mouths shut. You do not have to live with the consequences of your so-called empathy. It's not empathy. It's suicidal virtue signaling. Because the people that have to deal with these criminals, these gang members, these pedophiles, these child molesters, are people who are poor. People that don't have the type of money that you have. They don't have the ability to hire security, Joe. So, thank you, but fuck you. They're all going back. Every single one of them, Joe. Everyone. I don't care if it's an 80-year-old grandma. I don't care if it's a 15-year-old kid. They're going back. They're not American citizens. They're here illegally. They're taking precious resources that belong to American citizens. Not one get to stay in this country, Joe. Not one. That's a house that could be occupied by an American citizen. That is money that could be going to help a veteran or an American citizen. Not one of these illegals get to stay. Everyone gets to go back. And if you are such a fucking coward and you are so pathetically weak that you can't stomach that, then shut the fuck up. That's my position. I am unapologetic about it. There is no ambiguity here. Trump was elected to do exactly this. And yet now you have all of these mealy-mouthed, wishy-washy comedians that are like, well, I don't really like the optics of this. You got to have a heart. The heart is we're not killing them. Do you understand? The heart is we're not going and saying, oh, you broke our laws, so we're executing you. No, we are rounding them up and we're sending them home. We're not beating them. We're not brutalizing them, but they got to go. Every one of them. We're rounding them up. We're sending them home. If they want to go as a family, let them go as a family. But this is absolutely ridiculous. What a putrid and pathetic and immoral statement. Yeah, Joe, I can't even say it. But Joe, do you think that if somebody, broke into your house and stole something valuable from you, that it's okay that they did it because they didn't get caught and, maybe they haven't stolen for, the last 5 years, but they stole something valuable. Maybe they stole a sentimental watch that belonged to your grandfather, and they stole that, and that is irreplaceable. Its value is all in what it meant to you. I mean, you could buy another watch, but you're never going to be able to replace that watch. Joe, these people are breaking into this country, and these people are stealing the opportunity and the birthright and the heritage of American citizens. And you want to fucking sit here and say Trump needs to have a heart. Trump does have a heart. We're not killing them. We're sending them back home. They don't belong here. They're not welcome here. They've all got to go. We're not going to watch this entire video, but Asmongold reacted to this, and I think that it's actually a very interesting take because Asmongold and I are simpatico on this, and Asmongold also calls Joe Rogan out. And I think that Joe Rogan does need to be called out for this because it is a wildly immoral statement.
About the immigration thing. The way it looks is horrific. When you're just arresting people in front of their kids.
Who cares? The way it looks, Joe? The way it looks, optics? Fuck your optics. There's the way it looks and there's the way it is. I care about the way it is, not the way that it makes you feel. Because fuck your feelings. You get to go from your studio to maybe the local, what is it, Whole Foods. You get your quinoa, your salad, and then you get to go home to your $1 million mansion. You get to go home to your extremely lavish lifestyle where there's security and you don't have to worry about anything. Meanwhile, the illegal criminal aliens that are in this country, many of them are child molesters, rapists, all of the worst sort of scum imaginable. And they are allowed to live here because what, they broke the law and they didn't get caught? They're taking the spot of an American citizen, of a veteran. They're taking the spot of somebody who was in this country, and that is their birthright. And they're stealing it. They don't owe these people anything. These veterans don't owe these people anything. These American citizens don't owe these people anything. Get them the fuck out, Joe. You and your radical, suicidal left-wing empathy is causing actual people to suffer. And so my response, Joe, is shut the fuck up. You're out of your depth. You don't know what you're saying. You're trying to virtue signal. It's fucking pathetic. And I would have thought that you, of all people, would have learned the lessons of your fellow left-wing compatriots. This virtue signaling shit has to end.
And just normal, regular people that have been here for 20 years.
Yeah.
That, everybody who has a heart can't get along with that.
I guess I don't have a heart. I'm
Me either.
totally okay with
Me either. Yeah, Joe, no. What you have is suicidal empathy. That's not that's not actually Joe Rogan going to kill himself. Suicidal empathy doesn't actually mean your suicide. It means that you have a destructive ideology. It is the suicide of the country. That is where your type of empathy leads. To the death and erosion and destruction of the country. Every single one of these people have broken the law to be here. They violated our laws. They have been in the country illegally all this time. They have not attempted to integrate. They have not attempted to learn the language. They have been a net negative on everything. And they're taking up space and they need to go back. Joe, what you're saying here is indefensible. It's immoral. It's pathetic. And you want to talk about optics? There is nothing more optically pathetic than you running defense for some of the worst people on earth that have broken laws. If you, Joe, migrated to Mexico illegally, they would deport you too.
it. I think they should do it more. Just because you have your kids with you doesn't mean that you're immune to consequences. Yeah. It's emotional manipulation.
How?
Everybody who has a heart sees that and goes, that can't be right. That can't be right. That can't be the only way to do this.
Right.
Because
well, the other way to do it would be to have closed the borders ahead of time, and that way it would have never been an issue. Anytime that somebody gets apprehended by the police for committing a crime or doing something wrong, they're separated from their family or from their kids. If they're with their kids,
Tom Homan said this as well. When AOC had that ridiculously retarded diatribe, legal asylees are not criminal aliens. And then Tom Homan absolutely took her over his knee and spanked her in front of the world. Do you remember that? That was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, where Tom Homan just absolutely destroyed AOC and made her seem like an idiot. Joe, in this clip, you are the AOC and Asmongold is the Tom Homan. You are getting smoked. The fact is that Asmongold and you and I should all be on the same page. These people got to go. Trump ran on this, but now you're having second thoughts? What the fuck is this? You're worried about optics? There's nothing more pathetic than optics. Who optics for who? Well, I think that just some people may think this looks bad. Fuck those people. They don't have to live near these criminals. No, Trump should go 10,000 times harder. Trump should be an absolute dictator when it comes to this. Trump should be rounding up 10 times the amount of people per day. Every one of them's got to go back. What an outrageous statement, Joe. What an indefensibly outrageous, immoral statement. Shame on you. Shame on you, Joe Rogan. Just because you have money and you have privilege and you don't have to live with the consequences, you just want to go, well, it makes me feel bad. Well, fuck your feelings. Every one of them has to go back. Abuela has to go back.
It's not like this is some kind of get out of jail free card. You still go to jail. It doesn't even make sense. This is like, it's totally illogical in every other application of this rule.
You have to think, look, yeah, we have to have a border. Yes, it should have been secure. Yes, they should make sure
True.
you know who everybody is before they get in.
Yeah.
But when people been here for 20 years, like,
You don't get to just commit a crime and, well, I didn't get caught for this amount of time, so I'm home free. No. They've all got to go back. And by the way, what about the people that have been waiting to come into the country legally? Not only is their presence a detriment to the people here, but these people have been stealing actively a spot in the country from people that want to come illegally, What an indefensible and horrible statement from Joe. This is shocking. And it just goes to show that all of these people are so self-serving. Joe Rogan presented himself as this guy who understood. He finally got it. You know, he saw the light. He had Trump on his show. He was finally starting to make sense. And then just this outburst of NIMBYism, this like liberal bullshit, this guilt. Like, oh man, I felt so bad watching this. Well, then don't watch it. But these people have to go back. If you don't have the stomach for it, Joe, if you're too weak to do the right thing because it makes you feel bad in your fifis, then get out of the way. Or if you want to stand in the way, then you can be bulldozed right over. ICE will be more than happy to do that. But the fact is, you should be on the side of ICE, and you're not. It's pathetic. And all of it because you're worried about optics. Optics. It doesn't look bad. I feel bad. What a pathetic, emasculated man. Willing to let innocent people suffer. Willing to let Americans have their birthright taken away because this guy doesn't feel good when he watches the news and sees that. As he's getting high, as he's smoking his weed in his $1 million mansion without a care in the fucking world.
come on,
Come on.
man. That's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
I agree. It is crazy. How are you here for 20 years? You break the law for 20 years. You can't figure out how to get a visa. You can't go through the immigration process. You can't do anything. How does that make any sense? How is it that these people can disrespect the laws? And also, a lot of these people are doing identity theft. They're doing other bullshit. They're paying some taxes. They're not paying other taxes.
They're a burden on the healthcare system. I'm like, in every conceivable way, these people's presence is a hindrance. It is a burden. They don't really speak the language. They're from a different culture. They're not trying to integrate. They're sending money back home. They're not spending money on this economy. There are so many different things that you could point to, and all of it is why people's frustration in America is at an all-time high. And by the way, if you are somebody that looks at this and goes, well, you've got no heart if you don't want to let these people stay here, Joe Rogan, you have no brain. And that's the thing that we need to solve this. We need a brain. The left let these people in, and we're going to get every single one of them, and we're going to send them home. Every one. Oh, well, they have kids, so they can't go back. Every one. I don't care if she's pregnant. I don't care if she's 90 years old. She could get into this country, and now she can get out. I don't care if, oh, God, I had a replacement hip here. Good. You had a replacement hip. You're going home. It really is that simple, Joe. What your position does is it creates this false delusion of morality. But really what you're saying is as immoral as anything that I've ever heard. That you should be able to break the law and be a hindrance on this country and be a net negative. But because you weren't caught, we should just give you amnesty, which is a slap in the face to all of the people who came into this country and did it legally and became immigrants the legal way. You're just going to say, fuck them. So the incentive structure will be there. Not only should we not have the incentive structure, but what we should do is if somebody has been in this country for 30 years, we should charge their home state for the taxes that basically say, all right, well, we're going to charge you $100,000 a year. And the country's like, well, we won't pay that. All right, well, then we'll put 1,000% tariff. These countries need to pay for us having babysat these people for years.
I wonder, stealing an American's job in a lot of cases. Yes, and it's just insane. So, yeah, I don't know what to say. It's crazy, man. I think you've been saying this for years. Yeah, exactly. So I think that this argument works, but it works in the opposite direction. How is it that these people have been here for 20 years, but they couldn't figure out how to get any form of citizenship or residence in the country?
Asmongold is absolutely right. And so, by the way, guys, if you want to go watch the full video, you can. It's on Asmongold TV, where he absolutely vivisects and roasts Joe Rogan. The video is 26 minutes long, almost 27. We're not going to watch the whole thing. I just wanted to do a brief summary. This is Joe Rogan's indefensible, immoral position, where he actually is trying to defend the illegal criminal aliens and make excuses for them. It's unconscionable. It's wrong. It's indefensible. And if you make a statement like this, you have no brain. And honestly, you have no heart. Because you're not thinking about the American people. You're not thinking about the ramifications on the system. You're only thinking, well, I feel so bad. Means nothing. They broke the law. They get to go home. They don't get to come back. Simple as that. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. See you next time.